In this lesson, we're talking about inequalities. That means solutions are not just a number, it is many, 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 many numbers. So this first one reads, x is greater than 4. So it does not equal 4, it's just greater than 4. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to draw it out. So if I have a number line, and here's 0, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, we'll label 4. I label it with an open circle, and an open circle means it does not equal that number. And then it goes everywhere to the right. If the x is already on the left, like they are in these problems, then the arrow or the inequality is going to determine the direction. So there's an infinite number of solutions here. Don't forget, the answers are not just 4, 5, and 6. It's 4.1, 4.11, 4.1111, 4.2, and so on. The next one. Here's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it says x is greater than or equal to, and the way we would graph it would be a closed circle because it equals that number, and we would go in that direction. The next problem here, it says x is less than 4. So here's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I would graph it with an open circle and shade all of the numbers that are to the left of 4. Last problem, 1, 2, 3, 4. X is less than or equal to 4, so we're going to close it in, and then it goes in that direction. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to solve some of these problems. We are going to solve just like we did before, and the inequality sign is just like an equal sign. So I can go ahead and draw a line here if that helps you. But this time I'm going to be specific. I'm going to make sure when I solve that my x's have to be on the left. Let's go ahead and distribute. I have negative 2x minus 8 plus 9 less than or equal to negative 11. I have like terms on the left side. Those are like terms, and when I add those together, I get a positive 1. So I have negative 2x plus 1 is less than or equal to negative 11. So I'm going to solve this. I want my non-x terms to the right, so I'm going to do the inverse by subtracting 1. And so I have 2x less than or equal to negative 12, which is a negative 2x. I forgot to carry down the negative. So the last thing I need to do here is I need to divide by what's attached by x, which is negative 2. Now the only thing with inequalities, if you multiply or divide, which I did right here by a negative, I have to flip my inequality. So x equals positive 6. There's my inequality. If I am asked to graph it, I would graph 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, close off, and then my arrow would point to the right. One last example, we're going to make this one a little bit more intense. So I have a distributive property, so the first thing I'm going to do is distribute. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 2x, less than 5, plus 9x, and I don't forget to bring down this 9x right here. On the left-hand side, I'm going to go ahead and draw my line. I have like terms, so let's make those 9 plus 2 is 11x. And then let's start moving things around. I'm going to keep my x's on this side. That is my goal, and my numbers will be on this side. So the first thing I'm going to do is move this 4 over here because it doesn't have an x, so we'll do it by subtracting to its like term. So I have 11x is less than 1 plus 9x. So the next step here is I've got to get that 9x over here, and I'm going to use its inverse and subtract 9x. So I have 2x on the left, less than 1 on the right. My next step here, to get x by itself, so I'm going to divide by 2. So now I ask myself, did I multiply or divide by a negative? And the answer is no. So I don't flip my inequality, so my answer is x is less than 1/2. And if I have to graph that, here's 0, here's 1. So 1/2 is in the middle, so I put an open circle and the direction it's pointing.